in the work field to support my mother down south, and would have had a abusive boyfriend, whatever that, this and that. And right when I was finna give up, and that's when happiness smacked me right in the face. And God showed me that never give up, especially if you're moving in the right direction, especially if you're moving positive, you know? How many times do we tell a baby, don't touch the iron because it's hot, but he's sometimes gotta learn. And when you start realizing that the two type of people in the world is one learning from other experiences or one learning from his own. And I understand that they was teaching me to learn on my own, from their experience, to keep me from going on my own. Because they came up in a different time where, you know, it was harder for them. See, my grandparents on both sides were immigrants, because my father said his mother came here and they had her in Randall Island and wrote WAP on her head without papers. They went through that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of people go through this colonization. And it's not what happens, it's what we do about it. You know what I'm saying? And we have to, you know, look for a positive way out, because for every bad, Islam, peace and blessings be upon the Prophet Muhammad said, for every bad, there's something good in it. So we gotta bring the good out of the bad. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to get bad with the bad. Let's bring the good out of the bad. Because, you know, it's enough bad around us. Maybe if we set a pace for them and be a role model for them, they'll follow us. And this is what our God Almighty set us forth to be, role models. You know what I'm saying? And like I teach my son now, and they doing better than me. And they tell me all the time, we learn from you.
No, that goes to my next question. How do you put all this together, from real estate to like music to like your clothing company and the apps? How do you like?
Well, okay, my father was a real estate tycoon. So I was brought up in real estate. I was brought up in building. 8 years old, he had me in a driveway with a sledgehammer, breaking up driveways, taking asphalt out, putting it big chunks in a dumpster so he could build a foot and a half around each side to put the fence down so he could pour the mortar into it. The fence he put down was to hold the cement together so it don't break up. See, so at 8 years old, I'm learning how to do this, which is a multi-million-dollar job. See, I have a home improvement business now, and my son has a construction company. Okay, Level 1 Property Group. I have Bird's Eye Property Group, Bird's Eye View Property Group, from Long Island to Atlanta. And my sister and my daughter has, her sister is real estate agents at 20 years old. And she's an agent for Keller Williams Point North. And she has her own company called Destination Realty, which her name is Destiny. And we kept that, and I support them. That's what it is. When they want to get involved with something, I don't tell them, no, you're not going to ever make it, this and that. I support whatever they do. And I stand behind them and get them off their feet. Just like the bird come to the nest after the little baby birds get their broken wings clipped and they learn to fly again. I teach my kids how to fly. You know, and I teach them how to fly like an eagle. You know what I'm saying? And the music, I always grew up into the music. I was during the Woodstock era.
So how do you feel about missing on Mr. Rick Ross? Because you said it.
Rick Ross? Rick Ross is a hero. If you go into his Money Oil Gang video and you see our G-Mash stuff, and my grandson in there, Rick got love for us. You know, even though Super Red from G-Mash, who's no longer with us, refused Rick Ross studio time in the beginning when everything I'm doing is hustling. And we lost Rick Ross and we lost Floor Rider because he wanted to get Hollywood, fly on them.
Wow.
And you know, this is why you have to also be careful who you have in your group, in your team, is surrounding you, because you got team haters or team players. And we G-Mash, get money and stop hating.
Yeah.
So what is he hating for? He thought that 1 second, 3 seconds with the woman was more important than this multi-million-dollar contract this man has? And then
But here's the thing, though. You can get the money and get the women later.
Yes, but you know, these young kids don't realize that.
Wow.
You know, what's important to them is gratification, you know?
Instant
gratification,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Instant gratification.
Wow.
And not reality, you know? And
Wow.
right now, if you go online, you can see them begging us to come back to us. No, we don't want you back. It's like this in business, you know? Once a failure, always will be a failure.
Really?
Huh?
So,
I mean, towards us. You might not
Okay,
be
okay.
a failure in life,
Okay.
but towards us, hey, you put us down too hard.
but I know, but like, you know, people
Really?
do get a second chance, though.
Yes, God gives second chances. I'm not God, so I don't have that time to give it. I mean, if you were like a guy, whereas, you know, you made a mistake or two, and you could be forgiven, but you know what I'm saying? It's not just Rick Ross. It's Rick Ross, it's Flo Rida, and a couple of others.
That's a big time, man.
Yes, you blew big time things. So right now you're dangerous, you know.
So when you talk to him, does he get to the point of realizing what he did? Like,
Well, he doesn't care. Why? Because he has a stupid mentality. Why? Because it's embedded in him. Because his father's like that. And you know, the fruit don't fall far from the tree. When you look at, this is why when the Jewish people let their daughter marry somebody, the man has to come to the house and meet the family, because they want to know what his background is. They want good genes into their family. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at his father's mentality and his brother, they're not good genes at all. And, you know, and evidence speaks for itself. And, you know, and it's not like he intentionally want to be a failure, but it's rooted in him. So,
you know what they said? Because in my country, there's one thing we always say. They said the rich people's kid, they get rich by default. Like,
right.
Whether even though they could be doing something crazy, but the gene that's in them from their father will make them rich.
Yes, this is why they have to choose you to come in their family. You know what I'm saying? You might have a mentality, or as your father was a raper, or you came from a rapist relationship, and then that's going to be embedded in you. Then everybody has to be careful about their children around
you. Could it be like, because if somebody's father was a rapist, right? But he's not, but you know the story. So are we going to judge him by what his father does, or judge him by who he is as a person?
Well, to be honest with you, they say only God judges. 1, 2, evidence will speak for itself if you're a good person. And that gene might have missed you. It might be in you, but it might miss you, and you might
you know, in gene we have the recessive and dominant.
Right.
Okay, that part could be like maybe recessive, like on the low key. Then you have a better gene to dominate.
Right. Your next generation of kids will be Jeffrey Dahmers, serial killers, serial rapists. So you know, and
you want to talk about the Haps real quick? The Black Haps.
The Black Apps Matter?
Yeah.
Okay, the Black Apps Matter.